And we're back. Might as well, you know, start in a different enclosure here. Tyrannosaurus. That's enough of you. I want to at least, you know, look at every single enclosure I've got. So you got Chasmosaurus, no Styracosaurus. You got Cephalus, and I think nothing else in here, right? Any other enclosure I haven't looked at before we get on with it? I think that might be all of them, actually. Yep. I was gonna add more, but you know, when the game kept crashing, I was like, yeah, probably not a good idea. First out, the challengers. Since they get along. Why does the gate only open like that for Ankylosaurus, but opens fully for dinosaurs that are much smaller? I don't understand. Can you imagine if you're lying underneath where his tail was just then? You'd be dead. Taking your time there, Ankylosaurus.
They call this the Ankylosaurus. I call it an armored ball of walking, breathing trouble. Still, some might call it charming, amusing, delightful. Each to their own.
Only got 61 attack, but 50 defense. That might save you, depending on how strong the Albertosaurus duo ends up being, which is going to be quite strong. They've been the tag team champions since they, I mean, the inaugural tag team champions, and they've not lost much, so yeah.
What can be said about the Triceratops? This is one of those dinosaurs that really defines our business. People want to see them, and we want to share them with the world. Don't let that fearsome appearance fool you. Those horns are mostly for defense and impressing other Triceratops. This animal is an herbivore. It can be a star attraction or a security nightmare if it turns those horns on our fancy.
Yeah, like you'd probably want us to do that. I know, it feels like he's toned down in this game. In the original Jurassic World Evolution, he's constantly like, one of the first missions he gives you is like, okay, let's let the Edmontosaurus out of its enclosure to see if we can, you know, secure it without any fatalities. It's like, are you out of your goddamn minds? Anyways, Triceratops has the attack advantage of the two. So, you're the sword, and Ankylosaurus is the shield. And you could kind of visually see that, really. You got the horns, like a sword. A very weird sword, but a sword nonetheless. Ankylosaurus, basically a tank. But will that be enough for this iconic duo? I suppose. Because they're both iconic dinosaurs, and they're teaming together and chilling in the sun. Will they be able to dethrone the reigning and defending champions who will enter both at the same time because they're the same species? We can do that. Man, the pattern same really almost. I've got the same pattern but with one being blank.
This is the Albertosaurus, so named because it was first discovered in the Canadian province of Alberta.
Yeah, it is.
This animal is a smart predator that relies on its rows of sharp teeth. They exhibit pack behavior, which is very exciting to witness, as long as you're doing so from a safe distance.
Interesting. They have a slight defense edge against Triceratops, but Triceratops is the strongest attack-wise in this match. They really buffed Triceratops up in this game. In the original, Triceratops was one of the most underpowered dinosaurs, given its, you know, size and reputation. You know, you'd think it'd be a lot stronger. Could this match be over already? This is a 1-fall match. Oh. I'm stuck in the trees and stuck in the bushes. Oh, I broke free. Wonder if, well, I didn't get a notification for any injury there. Are you healing? Yep, you're fine. Wait, it seemed like Triceratops took the worst damage. Albertosaurus was the one that ran away. Interesting. Where's the other Albertosaurus? There you are. This match could go on a while then, I suppose. Might as well, you know, get a perspective of what it's like. You know what? Actually, no. Better idea. We're just gonna pretend this match lasted so long that it literally went to nighttime. The reason I do that is because... oh, nice feature. You're breaking through a tree. Get that light out of my face. Kinda looks like a pineapple. The moon in the sky. You're not gonna do any fighting anytime soon, are you? Can you imagine if this first-person mode actually made it so that you're one of the guests that just happens to wander into enclosures, and then you could potentially get killed by that? Certainly add tension, that's for sure, but it kind of would seem a bit odd. Now that's how you hunt a ghost. Well, one way to hunt a goat, I suppose. Trouble in this game is it takes some time. It's like, that's so bright, damn it! Be like the T-Rex seen in the original Jurassic Park with Albertosaurus instead. Oh, it's weird because I remember seeing a video on YouTube that pointed out a mod that did this very thing right here, and then it became an actual feature in the game. So, what's up with that? I mean, a suit. I think it was a mod. I mean, man, look how big Triceratops is. Holy crap. But yeah, maybe it was like, I have made this great mod. It's like, great! And then the developer's like, we did the same thing. It's like, oh. Well, you kind of rained on my parade a little there. But I don't know, because, you know, I'm playing the PS4 version here, and mods, doesn't matter how fantastic they are, I can't use them. Even if I could, the game would just crash more, probably, if that was even possible. So, are we gonna get a fight or what? So I've already shown the rest of my park. We don't have more time for filler here. At least the next match should be relatively straightforward, because it'll be oh, look at that, that's cool. The way he's just coming out of there, and the lighting just makes it look cool. Sure, he's just going down to the waterhole to take a drink rather than fight, but still, I was like randomly reminded of Fantasia. The dinosaur section of the original Fantasia. You know, it's surreal with those old Disney films. I mean, that was like the 1940s. But I remember watching it as a kid in the 90s. It's like some films just like really stand the test of time, I suppose. Or maybe it was even earlier than that, I can't remember. It's a very old film nonetheless. You can imagine how hard this game would be to play if you were in this perspective the whole time. You'd be like, how am I supposed to get a good view of what I'm doing right here? So, where's the stars? Too much light pollution around here? It's just kind of weird because we're in like Arizona, right? In the middle of a desert. Should be, I mean, other than the park itself, there shouldn't be much light pollution out here, sure. Come on, guys, you're gonna crash the game at this rate. I'm just expecting it to happen at any moment now. What are these? Interesting. I've never noticed that before. It's like there's the head and there's the like a cow's lick going on or something. I don't know. Oh wait, you can individually place these type of things. Very cool. It's decorations. Didn't realize they were part of the hatchery though. The tail from that angle looked weird then. Like, what the hell is that? Are we gonna get a fight or what? Because if we're not, I'm just gonna off-screen for the next, you know, combat encounter. Allosaurus has done nothing in this whole match. I mean, to be fair, nothing other than the first fight has happened in this match. So screw it, I will off-screen until something happens. But now what this feels like, it feels like we're, you know, this is a surveillance camera, just like in the enclosure, and time's just passing by, and nothing's happening of note. Oh man. Why is there no option for maximum combat? You just got none or normal, and normal seems to be very infrequent. Except when you actually don't want it to happen, then it happens all the bloody time. It's like you're building a park, and then halfway on the other side of the park, there's two of your dinosaurs fighting, one of them gets laceration or something, and you have to send them to the freaking medical facility, and it's like, crying out loud, why do you do this all the time? And then another dinosaur will do the same thing in a different enclosure, and you'll be like, oh, just fine. Come on, man. They're just like having a playful kind of push there. You know, when I put this match together, I was expecting it to, you know, be a match and not just, let's just chill. This looked like they were about to line up on right, but I guess not. It's like, yeah, we could be friends. Vegetarians and carnivores getting along in peace and harmony. Until the carnivores see the vegetarians as being on the menu. I mean, they're not even panicking around each other. They're just pretty chill, surprisingly. I know, I'm not really surprised to see that Albertosaurus is like kind of not doing anything this whole match. I mean, nobody is, but you know, I'm not surprised that of the two, the one that fought was Samilodon fighting now instead. Now, instead of Ankylosaurus, it was obviously going to be Triceratops that was going to be the one to fight in this match, because of course. And there we go. There we go. Called it. This has proven my points. You just got damage too. We can fix that in the field. Wait. I clicked on the wrong one. It's L1. I mean, guys, do you have any idea how low on hard drive space this is making for me right now? Because, like, record-wise, it's 50 gigabytes on hard drive, but that's prior to the video saving and converting to MP4. Do you have any idea how ridiculous that is? And the full video will probably, well, be 2 videos probably at the very least. It'll be like probably 3 gigabytes or something. Which doesn't really sound all that much at first until you realize that I make a lot of these videos, not this of this game in particular, because it's kind of like every couple of months or so, But each of my videos nowadays tend to take up a gigabyte in size. Hell, I like started recording for Cyanote on my Blue Skull Dragon VN channel. Started a new visual novel let's play. And the first part of that was like about a gigabyte in size. It was like, how? It's a freaking visual novel. Why is it taking up so much space? Is it the software that I use to record it, or is it just shortcut being an absolute bitch when it comes to file size? Because I mean, holy crap, I never had that kind of file size back in the day in my old laptop when I still was using Camtasia. Granted, it was a very outdated version of Camtasia, but the file size was never quite up. I guess you could say it's the video quality's improved, which it has. But again, why for a freaking visual novel? Well, it's just ridiculous. Should be like at most like maybe 200 megabytes or something like that. It shouldn't even be close to 1 gigabyte. Ridiculous. I mean, even further back in the day, in my first Let's Plays like Canon and Clannad's visual novels, those file sizes weren't even 100 megabytes, that is, on average. So, I mean, granted, it was with, I can't even remember what record software I had back then. I think it was Cam Studio or something. I don't know. But I could just go on all this ramble and still nothing is happening. This match is a disaster. You could easily just finish off Triceratops right here. That's not how it works. They're like, no, we can't attack sleeping dinosaurs. Tranquilize dinosaurs, though, that's fair game. But sleeping dinosaurs, well, we're not gonna be that, much of a douche. Have you even left this side of the enclosure? You're just like, nope, I'm just gonna chill here. That's all Ankylosaurus does. Was the runner-up in the original Dino Rumble I did a few years back, in the original Jurassic World Evolution. And he pretty much did more or less the same thing in that Rumble. Just kind of avoided combat, which was kind of annoying at the end. It's down to Ankylosaurus and Spinosaurus. And Ankylosaurus was just, avoiding Spinosaurus the whole time. And it even had this kind of laugh where it's like, it sounded like he was laughing. It's like, you're just trolling Spinosaurus, aren't you? Oh my god, speed it up. We're gonna be here all day. In fact, We've officially been here all night. It's daytime now again. That's how long this match is lasting. I mean, granted, 21 minutes, you know. Granted, that's when I started recording here rather than when the match began, but still, if you look at it as a video game kind of point where it's like, you know, a minute is an hour, then technically we have gone through almost an entire day. I mean, you don't like each other, so why aren't you fighting each other? It's like, just because we have differences doesn't mean we have to fight. It's like, that's a fair point, Ankylosaurus, but this is supposed to be a match where you do fight. Oh, it just never ends. Why does this tree look fake? I don't know. It makes me think of Christmas for some reason. I mean, it does look like a Christmas tree. I mean, the kind of whatever the hell that is on top of it's kind of shaped like a Christmas tree. I don't know. Oh, let's just mess around then, shall we? So let's have a look at accessories. Not accessories, decorations, I mean. So you got a few decorations here. As you can see, you got the same kind of thing going on there. It's just that they're in a pot now. Not gonna put any of these down. This is probably the coolest new addition. I like the fountains as well, but you know, Spinosaurus skeleton. That's pretty nice. But can't put it in water, unfortunately. And then you get this random stuff. It's like, okay, got a cage. Serves no purpose, but you know, it's nice to have some decorations. Got a bunch of containers. Fuel tank. This, a freaking crane, a small concrete barrier, and these can be used for the aviary, although I've not seen them use it. I've put them in the aviary over there. Let's just head on over here, but I don't think the... oh wait, never mind. Prove me wrong by sitting on it. But they weren't using it when I was paying attention. Anyway, where? Brachiosaurus. Let's make a size comparison. Yep, he's taller than the crane. Why is all the action happening here? Why not in the match itself? What do you got now? Oh, internal bleeding. Oh, so sorry for... you know, I don't know. I'm not sorry for anything here. I don't even know why I said that. Be like, oh, sorry to hear that, Polycanthus, but you brought it on yourself, you stupid idiots.
En route to pick up the asset.
Damn, we're getting close to bloody half an hour at this rate. They had one match, like one battle, and then they called it off, I guess. But guys, I know you can all be friends and chill and all that, but this is supposed to be a match where you fight. It's like, now we're protesting. We're not doing that. You know, it is pretty messed up if you think about that. It's like, okay, we incubate dinosaurs so that they can fight and kill each other. In real life, that would, I mean, if dinosaurs were somehow brought back to life and did that, that would probably be very much illegal. I mean, it'd be like, okay, we gotta, you know, get the animal rights up on dinosaurs now that they're back, but, you know, it would kind of apply. But this is a video game, so it's a bit different. In real life, this would be fucked up. You know what annoying thing about this is sometimes you just forget where the bloody hell the enclosure is. Is this one right? Just shove Polacanthus into the mix here. Maybe that will be what's needed. Look at that poor goat referee. Is that a goat referee? Yeah.
Transporting asset.
Goat referees are the only ones getting absolutely annihilated this match, and I don't think they're getting annihilated all that much. Oh, never mind. Oh wait, what are you doing? Whoa, what?
Confirming asset.
Back to off screen. This is ridiculous. You know what? It's great. This match is officially a no contest. I'm throwing the match out. I could turn it into a cage match, and that would, you know, fix this issue because they're not gonna fight each other. But this wasn't originally a cage match, so you know what? Maybe you'll have a rematch at the next pay-per-view parody, and it will be a tag team cage match, so that we can have that apply as well. Because this is ridiculous. It's like, look at these, you know, fans that paid to come here to watch this absolute disappointing match that dragged on forever and ends in a no contest. That's some WWE booking right there. I assume. I mean, I don't really pay much attention to WWE nowadays, but they are, you know, they do tend to kind of end matches in unsatisfying ways quite often enough, so hey, but at Dino Mania of all places for such a thing to happen, that's just poor, man. That's terrible. So we have no winner and no loser, and because of how much space this is taking up, because how large the file sizes are, that'll do for this record session. I'll record the last two matches on the card some other time, because yeah, it's just taking up too much space. The next match though will be for the Laurasia Championship, Acrocanthosaurus versus Allosaurus. Hopefully that should be an interesting match that actually ends it with a winner. And then after that will be the main event, Dino Championship Fail 4-Way, which means whoever gets the first 4 wins. We'll have Stegosaurus, who is the current Dino Champion, having won it at Dino Mania, and now in their second reign as Dino Champion, versus Spinosaurus versus Tyrannosaurus Rex versus Baryonyx, who got in this match by eliminating T-Rex and Spinosaurus in the Dino Rumble, even though Baryonyx wasn't officially in the Rumble. It just completely caught me off guard when that happens. So Baryonyx gets a push here, gets to be in the main event, but that'll have to wait for some other day because it takes up too much space. So I'll have a promo from, I don't know, maybe Allosaurus or Acrocanthosaurus, or maybe I'll have a promo of a dinosaur, you know, talking shit about this match. It's like, this match was bullshit, didn't even end, terrible. Anyways, on with that, and I'll see you in the next match. Allosaurus, you will be challenging for the Laurasia Championship against the current reigning and defending champion, Acrocanthosaurus. What are your thoughts heading into the match? Well, I'll tell you, it's gonna be a lot better than that stinker of a match that just happened there. What a disgrace. We will show aggression in our match, and I will show the most of it, because I'm taking that title, because I've earned it, and it will be mine. Welcome back to Dino Mania 2022. It's the next day, finally, around the recording. It's like it's only been one day. Oh man, yesterday after I was recording the rest of the day, it was like my body ached so bad. I felt like crap. So, you know, you can play stuff like this, and as you can see, it doesn't look so great because, I mean, it's just like, I want to like waste time rambling, but at the same time I can't help it. It's like, it's nice to get these decorations, but I suck at placing them in a symmetrical way. I was like originally gonna, like, for example, Where is it? Over here. It's gonna have like rocks around it, like the ones that are kind of in a. Well, let me just show you. Like, you know, something like this. I was gonna have it all go across there, but thing is, put them down, and it randomly does that. So it kind of throws you off. You might be putting it down wrong. I'm trying to get it all lined up perfectly to go around. It just doesn't work, man. I don't know how people are able to do that. It's the same with the paths, you know. I don't know how people can get it so perfectly, you know. I certainly can't, so I don't really tend to waste much time doing that. Anyways, it's time for the Laurasia Championship to be defended. Neither of these dinosaurs have any traits manifested, simply because Acrocanthosaurus can only have one egg batch synthesized at any given time, and it had no traits. So I had to do the same with Allosaurus, because it's only fair, really, isn't it? That's the challenger.
Every dinosaur that's recreated is important, but some also capture our imaginations. The Allosaurus is one such animal. It is believed that in its original environment, it was squarely at the top of the food chain. I'm interested to discover if that's true, given the opportunity.
Right, I think it might have the same pattern as the Acrocanthosaurus. It's obviously not going to look the same, but I think that he got the same pattern. 107 attack, 30 defense. Some interesting color going on there. Kind of, I mean, you can easily picture this as a toy, really, can't you? But speaking of which, I don't know what dinosaur it is, and I don't know what the hell happened to it. I had this giant carnivore figure years ago, and it kind of looks a bit like an Acrocanthosaurus, but I'm not sure if it actually was an Acrocanthosaurus. I can't remember because it was years ago since I last saw it, and I don't know what the hell happened to it, but it was pretty cool. The champion.
This predator is called the Acrocanthosaurus, and it is a dinosaur that has what I like to refer to as presence. When it's around, you know it. This animal should make for a killer exhibit. I mean, it being a killer and all.
Looks like Allosaurus has the advantage here, attack-wise. But will the defense advantage be enough to make up for that? And it's a good thing I didn't give Allosaurus its, like, because Allosaurus had 3 incubated, well, incubated was synthesized, and one of them had attack, defense, and fitness boost, so Acrocanthosaurus wouldn't have stood a chance if I couldn't selected any of those ones. Might not have a chance anyway. Acrocanthosaurus has been dominant throughout, well, since I started doing these videos, you know. But in Jurassic World Evolution 2, it's very different. So like in the original Jurassic World Evolution, you could balance the stats out. But in this one, it's just kind of random. You got their base stats, and then you got any additional boosts that they might get if traits manifest. And you can increase the likelihood of those traits manifesting, but it doesn't guarantee them. So, is this going to be another match that takes forever to start? It's just like, I just got up to kind of go, back down. Just realize you've got the Carnotaurus kind of pose going there. Sort of. Or maybe it's close to the T-Rex. In the He's got the tiny little arms. It's weird, isn't it? It's like, oh yeah, tiny little arms in comparison to his body, but those arms are pretty big. Shame we don't have any of the guests in this enclosure so we can make a comparison. The arms are probably the size of a person, I don't know. Well, probably not a whole person, but they're bigger than they look because, I mean, compared to the rest of the body and they look tiny, but in reality they're kind of big. I mean, maybe it'd be the size of half or quarter of a person. Now, could you imagine a dinosaur like this being capable of flight? How surreal that would look. Like, just picture these 40 little arms are just part of 2 large wings. Imagine it's flying through the sky at you. Or imagine you're on a plane and then suddenly some flying Acrocanthosaurus come, you know, launching towards the plane. They'd be like, very weird, to say the least. You'd probably question if you're awake or if you've taken drugs or something. Some hallucinogenics. Because that would be weird as all hell. There's some odd green there. It's like someone's tipped some chemicals on you or something. Allosaurus is pulling an Ankylosaurus here and just lazing about. It's interesting, I guess, because over the updates they did eventually kind of address the fact that, you know, dinosaurs would fight way too often. So maybe that's why they don't fight as often. Which, you know, that being the case here, there should be an option to, like, you know, like the original Jurassic World Evolution where it was no combat, normal combat, or maximum combat. But there's no maximum option. You know, you get like all these big theropods like Acrocanthosaurus and T-Rex have those small arms. Then you got Allosaurus, you know, it's not as big as them, but its body proportions are a lot more, you know, I don't know, in line with each other. Nothing looks like it's too small or anything. It's got these long arms. It's like, I remember vaguely the introduction of Allosaurus in Jurassic World Evolution. Dr. Malcolm comes in and says one thing that scares him about the Allosaurus is that compared to all the other dinosaurs, its body is like it's a kind of dinosaur that is well optimized for killing. Because I mean it probably, I mean, it must have been very dominant during the Jurassic period. It must have been the apex during that time. And you can definitely see why. I mean, look at it. And granted, it's a real, you know, Allosaurus. God knows how it really looks. We've just got the bones, really, haven't we? Weird when you think about it, isn't it? We don't really know how dinosaurs actually look. We can only really guess from what little, you know, fossils and stuff we can find, and, you know, skin impressions, the occasional, you know, indication of there being feathers on a dinosaur. Well, proto-feathers, I should say. We'd have no idea. Imagine if you go back in time somehow and see it, it would be... I mean, can you imagine that? You actually take a time machine, go back to the time of the dinosaurs, and see the dinosaurs, and you're like, wow, that's how they looked, and then you get eaten by one. Just like, well, you didn't get to go back in time to, well, back to your original time to point out what dinosaurs look like. You guys aren't even gonna fight, are you? I mean, you hate each other, but I guess you're tolerant enough. Guess that 1% there is enough to be like, nah, we won't. One thing that bugs me when it comes to time, the idea of time travel is, if you travel through time, how the hell would you get back to the original time that you started from? I mean, if it's like, it's just the idea of time travel is a bit out there, isn't it? It's like you change anything and then, I mean, just strange. Much like the fact that these two tolerate each other. Bloody hell, look at those freaking footprints. And they immediately fade away. You get footprints that lasted like over 100 million years. Well, these ones don't even last 100 seconds. Man, if this is just ridiculous. Wait, maybe I've made a mistake here. Have I made a mistake? Oh, I have. I'm such an idiot. Wasted all that 10 minutes, and now I know why. Combat wasn't on. Don't know how maybe, well, no, it wouldn't have been the case in the tag match, because they did fight at the start and then did nothing for the rest of the match. So, whoopsie. 30 minutes into this now, and finally realized didn't have the combat on. Gotta remember to turn it on when I reload the game for the main events. Are they going for it now? Will we see a new champion? I think this fight might end in a new contest. Oh no, never mind, still going. I think they're gonna call it off, yep. No injuries. No, and it looks like Acrocanthosaurus has the advantage. Is that part of the patterning, or have you got blood on your feet there? It's oh, wrong. First person here. I think it's, I don't know, could it be part of the patterning? Follow that dinosaur. I mean, no other part of its body is that color, so it might be blood. How about you? You got scars on your feet? Nope. Oh wait, I think he's washed it away in the water there. Wait, kind of still looks a bit red. We're basically a vet now. We're checking on our dinosaurs' injuries. It might just be part of the pattern, but it doesn't fit with the rest. This is. Now, if they're just gonna leave it at that and be like, no, I'm not even gonna fight each other a second time. I'm going to be annoyed. Can't have 2 no contest matches. So since this is dragging on mostly because I frickin' forgot to put combat on at the start, I will off screen until the next fight. Oh. Well, that was awkward. Doing some fancy footwork. What is this, a dance? Wait, is this the same thing that happened with... I guess now we got the heavyweights doing it as well, I suppose. And I'm thinking at the end of this video, maybe like putting together a little montage of them like doing the weird kind of leg movement like that, where they kind of run around in all the weird way and stuff. And just having the curling music from Digimon World play over it. I mean, you know, you think, you know, that Ragtime Gal song or whatever, you know, would be more fitting, or you know, maybe Benny Hill, but no, it just came into my mind yesterday when I recorded the first half of this, where it was like seeing their, you know, awkward animation that was like, you know what, I just had that music play in my head, so I'm gonna, you know, maybe put a montage together with that music. I don't know how it will look. But this match is really dragging on. So I'm off screening until they once again choose to fight. You know, if you look at it like this, you'd be like, oh, that's a snake. No, it's a freaking Allosaurus. And they're still not going to the rematch. And considering they're both at max health, I don't know if this fight can even end. Kind of have 2 no contests, but it's looking kind of likely at this point. They just refuse to fight. At least the next match should potentially see a winner, because it's going to be 4 dinosaurs. So there's always the chance of 1 dinosaur getting eliminated. Good thing I don't have it like, you know, elimination rules for it, otherwise that'd be painful. Anyway, back to off screening. Dead dinosaur? Who's dead? How did you... what? Oh, I'm still in this mode. How did you die? Were you fighting when I wasn't paying attention? Yes, you were. Oh yeah, we see freaking action over here. Except we don't see it, we see the aftermath of it. Piece of shit. When I'm not even paying attention, you decide to kill one of your friends. Got an absolute bell end. But meanwhile, the actual match is going nowhere. So back to off screening. Actually, you know what I'll do? If we get to 30 minutes, much like the previous match, I will throw this match out the window, basically. Because it's kind of ridiculous to go that long. So this match will end in a no contest. That's basically what we have. From the moment I hit record, It doesn't matter if it's, you know, the match has officially began at that point. But the moment I hit record, if it goes to 30 minutes, that's like the time limit draw thing. You know, because, you know, in wrestling they do have time limits sometimes. So, you know, otherwise these could go on for freaking way too long. I mean, they're already going on way too long. You know, if by the 30-minute mark this match is still going on, it will be a no contest. Because, yeah. The fans in attendance, yeah, that fan's already left. He's like, boo, this sucks. I paid money to get in here, man. It's like, yeah, you paid money to get into this park. Go see all the other dinosaurs. Not even all the other dinosaurs. I mean, you got some flying reptiles. You got a Acrocanthosaurus in here somewhere. Occasionally we'll eat the shark. Seriously, you know, consider sharks are kind of, you know, endangered themselves. This doesn't really seem ethical, does it? I mean, nothing about Jurassic Park or Jurassic World seems really all that ethical, really, does it? Anyways, back to off-screening. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Oh, no. We're just getting fancy footwork, or you're gonna actually fight this time? Yeah, I think this is bugged to shit. Oh, they should have both ran off in opposite directions there. It would look cool. Would have made up for the fact that this fight is going nowhere. It's like, I'd rather fight the referee. Except I can't, because I'm too big to fit through this foliage. Even though I totally should be able to, it's just that, kind of hitboxes, I guess, are kind of awkward around there. We got some more footage for the potential montage right here. Anyways, considering your wounds all healed up, it does in fact seem that those on your feet and hands are in fact part of your pack. So anyways, back to off-screening. 1 minute left, guys, before we hit the 30-minute mark, which will be a timeout draw. My god, seriously. I was just thinking, you know, anytime I hear about a WWE pay-per-view nowadays, it's always like you see YouTube videos where it's just like, WWE fans angry, worst WrestleMania ever? Question mark. I mean, I don't really watch WWE, and it's like, I checked to see where WrestleMania this year was. I think it's the 2nd of April. It's because I wanted to kind of, you know, put this video together to be in time with that, I suppose. Didn't really need to, but still. But this will be uploaded after anyway. And I predict that WWE fans will be angry, and some people will claim it's the worst WrestleMania ever because it's always a pattern. It's like, no matter what, it's always somehow worse each year. Because, I don't know. Oh, we're past the 30-minute mark, by the way, so... This match ended in a no contest. That's kind of why I thought of that. It was like, you know, she's like, there's like WWE will put on like occasionally a good match, but then have a really shitty finish that kind of ruins the whole thing. But yeah, that's 2 matches in a row, and that kind of ruins the Allosaurus promo I did, where it's like mocking the other match for being, you know, crap, and that they're gonna put on a better match. It's like, yeah, they put on the same frickin' match. Fought once, and then freaking just kind of didn't go anywhere from there. Hopefully the main event will actually at least end with a freaking victory for a dinosaur rather than a no contest, because this is ridiculous. So I will, I don't know what promo will be in between. I think Baryonyx, because Baryonyx proved themselves in the Dino Rumble, and earned this shot to be in this match. Spinosaurus was the previous Dino Champion, so gets a rematch. T-Rex did really well in the Dino Rumble, but got screwed over by hypothermia, which allowed Baryonyx, who wasn't officially in the match, to eliminate T-Rex, so T-Rex got screwed over there. Same thing happened to Spinosaurus, but you know, because of that, T-Rex also gets to be in the match as well. Fatal 4-way for the Dino Championship. Stegosaurus won the Dino Rumble, is now in its second reign as Dino Champion. Will be defending the title against those other 3 dinosaurs. It's a 1-fall match because it's fatal 4-way and no elimination rules, because screw that, that would just take forever and probably not even end. So anyways, a promo probably from Baryonyx, and then we'll move on to that match. So I'll see you there. Baryonyx. Having proven yourself in the Dino Rumble back in January, you got a chance to challenge for the Dino Championship in its fatal 4-way match. What are your thoughts heading into the match, and why did you do what you did? I took that opportunity to prove myself. There's nothing more to be said about that. I took out Spinosaurus and T-Rex to prove that I don't belong so low on the card that I'm in those damn cage matches all the time. I'm tired of that. I want something bigger. I want the Dino Championship, and that's why I proved myself by interfering in the Rumble. And that is why I'm in this match, and that is why I'm going to be leaving this match as the next Dino Champion.
Heading to pick up the asset. Asset in transit. Asset delivered. Picking up asset. Asset transportation in progress.
It's broken, but appears to be minor. Let's treat it before it turns into anything more serious.